And one more thing, 80% attendance is compulsory for each and everyone to get out of the defaulted list. So if your attendance is below 80%, then you can request that subject teacher to take or to give you some task. So whenever you are going to ask that subject teacher that your attendance is below 80%, so that subject teacher will allocate you some task, and after completion of that task, that subject teacher will mark your attendance for 2 or 3 lectures. Likewise, that means suppose anyone attendance is below 80% and he has approached me, so I will ask him to study this chapter and study solve this problem. So after solving that problem, I will give guarantee that his 2 or 3 lecture attendance will be marked. So likewise, provision is also there, but at the end you should not rush that your attendance is below 80%. So whose attendance is below 80%, you have to take proper care now itself. Are you getting? So you have to contact your subject teacher and you have to ask him that because of this and this reason my attendance is below 80%. So he will make some provision. That means he will give some assignment or he will give some task to you to complete that. After completion of that task, your attendance for 2 or 3 lectures may be added. Likewise, you can add your attendance and you can be or your attendance should be 80% or above 80%. So now we'll start our lecture. So in the last lecture, we have completed our chapter number 8. We have skipped our chapter number 7. So whatever last chapter is there from our syllabus, that is nothing but today we are going to take that chapter. So that chapter name is nothing but human comfort and air distribution system. So this is the last chapter from our syllabus. Up till now we have covered 7 chapters. So the syllabus for this chapter is nothing but, actually in the previous syllabus, that means in the old syllabus, there were 2 separate chapters. First chapter was human comfort and second chapter was air distribution system. But in the new syllabus, that means after year 2015 or 16 onwards, they have combined both the chapter, that is human comfort and air distribution system, and they have collectively made single chapter called as a human comfort and air distribution system. But this human comfort and air distribution system will be divided basically into 2 parts. First one will be human comfort, second one will be air distribution system. So syllabus will be thermal exchange between human body and environment, then factors affecting on a comfort, effective temperature comfort chart, ventilation requirement. So these 4 points will be covered under the human comfort, and whatever next parts will be there, that is nothing but duct classification, duct material and construction, equivalent diameter of circular duct for a rectangular duct, and duct design method and losses in duct, that will be covered in the air distribution system. So this is also completely theoretical chapter. Here if you see, theoretical treatment only. So this is completely theoretical chapter. So for completion of this chapter, we require 3 to 4 lectures. So within 3 to 4 lecture, this entire chapter will get covered, because this is all this is completely theoretical chapter. So assignment. So assignment will be describe or write a short note on thermal exchange of human body and environment. State and explain the factors affecting on human comfort. Then next question will be explain the comfort chart with the help of neat sketch. Then next one will be write a short note on a classification of duct. Then next question will be develop an expression for equivalent diameter of circular duct from a rectangular duct. Write down general rules in designing the duct and explain in detail methods of duct design. So whatever assignments I have given at the start of each and every chapter, those assignment question will be helpful for you if there will be the exam. That means whatever our final exam will be there, 100 marks final exam. So if that exam will be descriptive type of exam, then at that time this question will be helpful for you. But presently whatever assignments I have told you, so you have to write down each chapter 2-page assignment, each chapter 2-page assignment, and in that 2-page assignment you have to likewise our triple P. So either you can solve 1 or 2 problem for that assignment, or you have to summarize all the points which you have studied in that chapter. So the first part is nothing but human comfort. So if I ask you, do you or are you feeling comfortable? If my question will be, are you feeling comfortable? So what will be your answer? What will be your answer? Are you feeling comfortable? Yes or no? Write in the chat box. Write in the chat box. Are you feeling comfortable? What about remaining student? Wait for 1 minute. So as my question was, are you feeling comfortable? So different people have the different answer. That means some people were feeling comfortable, or some peoples are not feeling comfortable. So feeling of comfortness is depend upon individual person's physical as well as psychological condition. That means it is not the case that if one person is feeling comfortable, then other person should also feel comfortable. Or if your friend is feeling comfortable, you should also feel comfortable. Or if your friend is not feeling comfortable, you should not also feel the comfortable. That is not the case. So feeling of comfortness is depend upon each and every individual, and it basically depends upon psychological as well as physiological condition of each and every human being. So when you are going to say that you are feeling comfortable, so when you are unaware of discomfort, म्हणजे तुम्हाला discomfort आहे ते माहितच नाही, at that time you are going to, that means when you are unaware of discomfort, or when you are not knowing that or not aware of discomfort, then you are going to say that you are feeling comfortable. So whatever this human comfort condition is there, or whatever this human comfort terminology is there, or comfort feeling of comfortness terminology is there, that is completely depend upon condition of mind of each and every human being. Condition of mind of each and every human being, which feels or which expresses satisfaction with the thermal environment, which expresses satisfaction with the thermal environment. So thermal environment means whatever your surrounding environment is there. So if your surrounding environment is too hot, or if your surrounding environment is too cold, or if your surrounding environment is that highly humidity, or higher relative humidity, at that time you will not feel comfortable. So human comfort is nothing but condition of mind which expresses satisfaction with the thermal environment, and that depends upon psychological as well as physiological condition of each and every human being. So whatever our human body is there, that human body is having that human body is acting like a machine. So you might have experienced that whatever IT industries are there, most of the IT industries are fully equipped with the air conditioning apparatus, or fully equipped with air conditioning. Why this is so? ज्या काय IT इंडस्ट्रीज असतात किंवा जे काय ऑफिसेस वगैरे असतात त्या ठिकाणी आपण काय लावलेले असतात, एअर कंडिशनर लावलेले असतात. कशासाठी लावलेले असतात, कशासाठी एअर कंडिशनर? कॅन एनीवन टेल मी? का त्यांच्याकडे पैसा जास्त झालेला असतो? कशासाठी लावलेले असतात एअर कंडिशनर? किंवा तुमच्या घरामध्ये पण तुम्ही एअर कंडिशनर लावलेले असतात किंवा ऑफिसमध्ये बघितले असतील किंवा मॉलमध्ये, थिएटर्समध्ये, प्रत्येक ठिकाणी एअर कंडिशनर लावलेले असतात. कशासाठी लावलेले असतात? फॉर ह्युमन कम्फर्ट. So whatever our human body is there, whatever our human body is there, that human body is like acting like one machine. That human body is acting like one machine, and as each and every machine, as each and every machine is having its own limitations. Likewise, our human body is also having its own limitations regarding of the temperature variation. Regarding of the temperature variation. So if our human body, if our human body is or whatever surrounding is there of our body, so if that surrounding is having the certain temperature range, then whatever our body is there, that body will have the higher efficiency. And if our surrounding environment is beyond that certain temperature range, then the efficiency of human body will go on decreasing. Because whatever our human body is there, that human body is always exchanging heat with the surrounding, always exchanging the heat with the surrounding. And whatever thermal efficiency of human body is there, that thermal efficiency of human body is only 20%. Only 20%. That means whatever human beings are there, so those human beings will only feel comfortable if 80% of heat which is being generated within the human body is dissipated to surrounding. And if that 80% of heat will not be dissipated to the surrounding, then that human body will not feel comfortable. That human body will not feel comfortable. So whatever heat is being generated inside the human body, so because of which that heat will be generated inside the human body. So whenever we are eating something, so because of metabolism, heat will be produced inside the human body. Metabolism means whenever we are consuming the food energy, so because of consumption of food energy, the energy will be generated inside the human body, and that energy will be in the form of heat. So that will be called as a produced within human body because of food energy or because of food consumption. So whatever heat will be generated because of metabolism, so out of that heat, some amount of heat will be utilized for doing our regular activity, whatever work we are performing on day-to-day life. So for performance of that work also we require some amount of heat. So that will be utilized for doing regular activity, and rest of all the heat, rest of all the heat after doing that work, whatever rest of all the heat will be there, that should be exchanged with the environment. So whatever heat is remained, that will be exchanged with the environment by basically three modes of heat transfer. First one will be evaporation, second one will be radiation, and third one will be convection. तुम्ही ऑब्झर्व केलं असेल, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एक्सेसिव्ह एक्सरसाइज करताय किंवा समजा तुम्ही काय केलं 400 मीटर रनिंग करून आला, तर तुम्हाला काय येतो, घाम येतो. तुम्हाला काय करतो, घाम येतो. किंवा जर तुम्ही जास्त वर्क करत असाल तर त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला काय होतं, घाम येतो. घाम कशामुळे येतो शरीरावरती? कॅन एनीवन टेल मी? कशामुळे होतं प्रिस्पिरेशन? कारण की त्यावेळेस काय होत असतं, आपल्या बॉडीमधली जी काही हीट जनरेट झालेली असते, ती हीट मॅक्सिमम अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट काय झाली पाहिजे, सराउंडिंगला रिजेक्ट झाली पाहिजे बाय इव्हॅपोरेशन पर्पज. आणि त्यावेळेस काय होत असतं, आपली बॉडीमध्ये जे आहे, बॉडीच्या वरती काय होत असतं, आपल्याला प्रिस्पिरेशन होत असतं. आणि बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट हीट विल बी एक्सचेंज विथ द सराउंडिंग. So there are basically three modes of heat transfer, or there are basically three modes of heat transfer by which our human body will exchange the heat with the thermal or with the surrounding. That is nothing but, first one is nothing but evaporation, second one is nothing but radiation, and third one is nothing but convection. Third one is nothing but convection. And by this three way, each and every individual body will maintain itself in the comfortable equilibrium condition automatically by using one or more than one way of this heat transfer. So when we are going to say you are feeling comfortable, that means when the amount of heat produced by the metabolism of human body, when you are going to say that you are feeling comfortable, when the amount of heat produced by the metabolism in the human body is equal to sum of heat dissipated, to the surrounding and heat stored in the human body, then you are going to say that you are feeling comfortable. So here you are saying that there is one human body, so inside the human body, heat will be generated. Inside the human body, heat will be generated because of metabolism. So whatever this human being is there, so whenever this human being will consume the food energy or will consume the food, so that food will get converted into heat energy. So whatever heat will be generated because of metabolism, that heat will be utilized for different purposes. So out of that, some of heat will be radiated with the surrounding. There may be the chances that heat may radiated to the surrounding, or that radiation may come from the surrounding. जर तुम्ही उन्हाळ्याचे दिवस असतील तर उन्हाळ्याच्या दिवसामध्ये तुम्ही काय करता, झाडाखाली बसता किंवा सावलीला बसता. आणि जर थंडीचे दिवस असतील तर सकाळी सकाळी काय करता, तुम्ही उन्हाला बसता. त्यासाठी बिकॉज ऑफ रेडिएशन you have to maintain the equilibrium condition inside your human body. Then second one, conduction from or to the clothing layers. थंडीचे दिवस असतील तर तुम्ही काय घालता, स्वेटर घालता. थंडीच्या दिवसामध्ये स्वेटर घालता. आणि उन्हाळ्याच्या दिवसामध्ये तुम्ही काय करता, जे काही आपले कॉटनचे कपडे असतात ते घालता. त्यासाठी कारण की थंडीच्या दिवसामध्ये तुम्हाला काय करायचे असते, तुमच्या बॉडीमध्ये मॅक्सिमम अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट स्टोअर करायचे असते. So because of conduction, you want to reduce the heat transfer rate. So for that purpose, in winter season you are wearing the sweater. Whereas in summer season तुम्हाला काय करायचं असतं, तुमच्या बॉडी मधली हीट जी असते ती मॅक्सिमम डिसिपेट करायची असते. कशाला, सराउंडिंगला. त्यामुळे तुम्ही काय करत असता, कॉटनचे जे कपडे असतात ते घालत असता. So because of conduction also there will be heat transfer. Then convection changes with the air. So whatever respiration system is there, as well as whatever blood circulation system is there, so because of that respiration as well as blood circulation, that heat will be transferred with the surrounding by convection mode of heat transfer. Then evaporation, heat losses due to sweating. तुम्हाला उन्हाळ्यामध्ये स्वेटिंग होतं. कशामुळे स्वेटिंग होतं, कारण की जर तुमच्या बॉडीचं टेम्परेचर मेंटेन नाही झालं, म्हणजे आतल्या बॉडी टिश्यूचं जर टेम्परेचर वाढलं तर त्या केसमध्ये काय होत असतं, जे काय आपली ब्लड सेल्स असतात किंवा ब्लड रक्तवाहिन्या ज्या असतात, सो त्या रक्तवाहिन्या आणि आपली त्वचा या दोन्हीच्या मध्ये काय असते, एक स्मॉल किंवा पातळ असा थर असतो. सो दॅट विल गेट डायलेट अँड व्हॉट एव्हर युअर व्हेसल्स आर देअर, so that vessels will come nearer to the your skin. So by that way also, if there will not be the equilibrium of temperature, then at that time your body will get sweat or there will be this perspiration होतं. म्हणजे काय होतं, तुमच्या बॉडीवरती काय होतं, स्मॉल ड्रॉपलेट कलेक्ट होतात. आणि ज्यावेळेस ते स्मॉल ड्रॉपलेट तुमच्या ऍटमॉस्फिअरला एक्सपोज होतात त्यावेळेस काय होत असतं, ते स्मॉल ड्रॉपलेट इव्हॉपरेट व्हायला बघत असतात. आणि जर त्या स्मॉल ड्रॉपलेटचं जर इव्हॉपरेशन व्हायचं असेल तर ते स्मॉल ड्रॉपलेट काय करत असतात, तुमच्या बॉडीमधून जी काय अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट असते त्यासाठी हीट लागणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी इव्हॉपरेशन होण्यासाठी जी काय लागणारी हीट आहे ते कुठून घेणार आहे, तुमच्या बॉडी सेल्स मधून घेणार आहे. आणि त्यावेळेस काय होणार आहे, तुमची बॉडी इक्विलिब्रियम कंडिशनला मेंटेन होणार आहे. Various modes of heat. There is one. So this equation will be called as a thermal equilibrium between human body and environment. So if you see, this equation is likewise Qm minus W. Qm minus W is equal to QE plus minus QR plus minus QC plus minus QS. Out of that, QM is nothing but metabolic heat produced within a human body. Metabolic heat produced within a human body. Metabolic heat produced means whatever food you are consuming inside your body, so that food is getting converted into energy, and that energy will be basically in the form of heat. So that is nothing but QM. So value of QM, whatever value of QM is there, that is amount of heat produced because of metabolism, that will depend upon person to person. That means the physical condition of that person, as well as the type of food you are consuming. That means if you are consuming the lighter food, then very small amount of energy will be generated inside the human body. And if you are consuming the heavier food, then large amount of energy will be consumed inside the human body. As well as person to person, depending upon the physical condition as well as health condition of each and every individual, that value of QM will depend. म्हणजे थोडक्यात सांगायचं झालं, जर तुम्ही समजा एक चपाती आणि थोडी भाजी खाल्ली आणि तुमच्या मित्रांनी पण तेवढीच चपाती आणि तेवढीच भाजी खाल्ली, तर दोघांच्याही शरीरामध्ये जे काय अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट जनरेट होणार आहे ती इक्वल मध्ये असणार नाही. कशावर डिपेंड असणार आहे? तुमची हेल्थ कंडिशन कशी आणि तुमच्या मित्राची हेल्थ कंडिशन कशी, त्यावरती डिपेंड असणार आहे. ॲज वेल एज क्वालिटी ऑफ फूड. जर तुम्ही समजा काय केले, समजा 100 ग्रॅम चुरमुरे खाल्ले आणि 100 ग्रॅम बदाम खाल्ले, दोन्ही केसमध्ये जी काय अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट जनरेट होणार आहे किंवा जी काय अमाऊंट ऑफ एनर्जी जनरेट होणार आहे तुमच्या ह्युमन बॉडीमध्ये, ती काय असणार आहे? डिफरंट असणार. दॅट इज डिपेंड्स अपॉन फिजिकल कंडिशन as well as quality of food. Here W is nothing but amount of heat required. W is nothing but amount of heat required to perform your day-to-day activity or to perform your work. आता एवढी अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट जनरेट झालेली कशामुळे? बिकॉज ऑफ मेटाबॉलिझम. त्यापैकी एवढी अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट काय झालेली? कंझ्युम झालेले. त्यासाठी तुमच्या डे टू डे ऍक्टिव्हिटी परफॉर्म करण्यासाठी. आता ह्यातून जी राहिलेली अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट असणार आहे, ती काय झाली पाहिजे? तुमच्या एन्व्हायरमेंट सोबत एक्सचेंज झाली पाहिजे. QM इज नथिंग बट अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट जनरेटेड बिकॉज ऑफ मेटाबॉलिझम. W इज नथिंग बट amount of heat required for doing your useful work. So whatever remaining amount of heat will be there, that should be exchanged with the environment. So that exchange with the environment will be basically in the three form. First one will be because of evaporation, second one will be because of radiation, third one will be because of convection. So out of evaporation, now whatever amount of here, if you see, there is only positive sign in front of QE, but if you see in front of QR, QC and QS, there is positive as well as negative sign. So positive sign in terms of heat will indicate that heat will lost, or that heat will get lost from your human body because of evaporation. हीट आणि वर्क मध्ये पॉझिटिव्ह आणि निगेटिव्ह साईनला काहीतरी मिनिंग आहे. जर तुम्ही इन केस ऑफ हीट कन्सिडर करत असाल तर पॉझिटिव्ह साईन काय इंडिकेट करतं? त्या बॉडी मधून किंवा त्या सिस्टीम मधून सराउंडिंगला काय होते? हीट रिजेक्ट होते, त्यावेळेस ते पॉझिटिव्ह साईन असतं. आणि निगेटिव्ह साईन इंडिकेट काय होणार आहे? सराउंडिंग पासून जर सिस्टीम कडे हीट ट्रान्सफर होत असेल तर त्यावेळेस निगेटिव्ह साईन असणार. बट हिअर इफ यू सी QE, सो इन फ्रंट ऑफ QE देर इज ओनली पॉझिटिव्ह साईन. So QE is nothing but heat lost because of evaporation. Heat lost because of evaporation, and that value of heat lost because of evaporation will always be positive. Because what will happen? If inside your body the temperature of the temperature of human body will goes on increasing, then at that time what will happen? Whatever control mechanism is there inside your body, that will be called as a vasomotor control mechanism. That vasomotor control mechanism will change the rate of blood circulation as well as will change the rate of respiration. To maintain your human body in the thermal equilibrium. by changing the blood circulation, by changing the rate of blood circulation as well as by changing the rate of respiration. Then also, if your body is not maintaining in the equilibrium condition, then at that time what will happen, whatever human body tissues are there, those will get perspirate, or those will secrete some amount of liquid on the human body or on the human skin. So whenever there will be the secretion of liquid on the human skin, so as that liquid is exposed to the surrounding, now that liquid will tend to get evaporate. So while evaporation, whatever amount of heat will be required, that amount of heat will be absorbed from the human body itself. And by this way, the temperature inside the human body will be maintained. So you have to keep in mind that value of QE, that is heat lost because of evaporation, is always positive. That means from body to surrounding, there will be always heat lost because of evaporation. But if you see QR, that is heat lost or heat gain. If you are going to consider plus QR, that will be called as a heat lost from the body to the surrounding because of radiation. And if you are going to take negative sign, then heat gain from the surrounding to the body in the form of radiation. आता प्लस क्यू आर कधी येणार आहे, हिट लॉस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ रेडिएशन कधी येणार आहे, हिट लॉस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ रेडिएशन जर तुमच्याकडे समर सीझन असेल आणि भर उन्हात तुम्ही कशाखाली बसता, झाडाखाली बसता, कारण की heat lost because of radiation जे आहे that will mainly depend upon mean radiant temperature. Heat lost because of radiation is mainly depend upon mean radiant temperature of surrounding आणि body temperature. सराउंडिंगचं टेम्परेचर आणि बॉडी टेम्परेचर या दोन्ही टेम्परेचर वरती ते डिपेंड असतं. जर भर उन्हाळ्याचे दिवस असतील आणि उन्हाळ्याच्या दिवसामध्ये भर उन्हात जर तुम्ही झाडाखाली बसत असाल त्यावेळेस काय होत असतं, बिकॉज ऑफ रेडिएशन तुमच्या बॉडी मधली जी काही हीट आहे ती काय होत असते, सराउंडिंगला ट्रान्सफर होत असते. ऍट दॅट टाइम पॉझिटिव्ह साइन विल बी देअर. जर थंडीचे दिवस असतील, सकाळी सकाळी तुम्ही उन्हामध्ये बसता, त्यासाठी तुम्हाला काय अपेक्षा असते, सराउंडिंग पासून तुमच्या बॉडीमध्ये बिकॉज ऑफ रेडिएशन सम अमाउंट ऑफ हीट शुड गेट ट्रान्सफर. सो ऍट दॅट टाइम QR विल बी निगेटिव्ह. देन QC, that is heat lost because of convection as well as conduction. Because of convection as well as conduction. Convection changes of heat जे आहे ते कशामुळे होत असतात, बिकॉज ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन सिस्टीम. तुमची रेस्पिरेशन सिस्टीम मुळे काय होत असतं, तुमचं थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम विथ सराउंडिंग मेंटेन होत असतं बिकॉज ऑफ कन्व्हेक्शन. आणि कंडक्शन तुमचे जे काय क्लोथिंग असतं त्यामुळे काय होत असतं, बिकॉज ऑफ कंडक्शन हीट ट्रान्सफर होत असते. अँड हिअर QS term is there. QS term is there. Now, if you see, if you are going to take the addition of QE plus QR plus QC, if you are going to take addition of QE plus QR plus QC, and if that addition is greater than, QM minus W, if that addition is greater than QM minus W, at that time the value of QS will be negative. म्हणजे तुमचं काय झालेलं आहे, इव्हापरेशन, रेडिएशन आणि कंडक्शन कन्व्हेक्शन मुळे जे काही हीट ट्रान्सफर होतात ते काय झालेलं आहे, जास्त झालेलं आहे ऍज कम्पेअर टू QM मायनस W. तुमच्या शरीरामध्ये जेवढी अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट होती त्यापेक्षा जास्त झालेलं आहे. तर त्या केसमध्ये काय होणार आहे, युअर व्हॅल्यू ऑफ QS विल बिकम ॲज अ निगेटिव्ह. व्हॉट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ QS? QS इज नथिंग बट हीट स्टोअर्ड इन द बॉडी. ज्यावेळेस व्हॅल्यू ऑफ QS निगेटिव्ह होईल त्यावेळेस काय होणार आहे, तुमच्या बॉडीचं टेम्परेचर हळूहळू कमी होणार आहे, म्हणजे तुम्हाला थंडी वाजल्यासारखं होणार आहे. सो व्हॉट एव्हर वीक और सिक पर्सन्स आर देअर, और व्हॉट एव्हर ओल्ड पर्सन्स आर देअर, so those persons are feeling more cold. Why? Because in their case QE plus QR plus QC is greater than QM minus W. म्हणजे तुम्हाला थंडी वाजून येणार. थंडी कधी वाजून येणार आहे, ज्यावेळेस तुमची QS ची व्हॅल्यू निगेटिव्ह मध्ये असणार आहे. and if your value of QE plus QR plus QC is less than QM minus W, at that time the value of QS will be positive. Value of QS is positive means heat stored in the body is positive. दोन्ही घातक आहेत, म्हणजे हीट स्टोअर केलेली पण घातक आहे आणि हीट QS निगेटिव्ह आणि QS पॉझिटिव्ह दोन्ही पण काय, that will be dangerous to human body. So if Qn minus W is greater than QE plus QR plus QC, then value of QS will be positive. That means whatever your body is there, human body, that will have more fitness, or that will have more hot. That means fever will be there in that human body. So you are knowing that whatever our human body is there, that human body is having the normal temperature range as a 37 degrees centigrade. Normal temperature range as a 37 degrees centigrade. So human body will feel comfortable if and only if value of QS is 0. The amount of heat stored in the body जर 0 असेल, amount of heat stored in the body जर 0 असेल, तर त्या आणि त्याच कंडिशनला काय होणार आहे, ह्युमन बॉडीला कम्फर्टेबल फिलिंग होणार आहे. जर अमाऊंट ऑफ हिट स्टोअर पॉझिटिव्ह किंवा निगेटिव्ह झालं, पॉझिटिव्ह किंवा निगेटिव्ह झालं, पॉझिटिव्ह झालं म्हणजे ह्याचा अर्थ काय झालं, त्या ह्युमन बॉडीमध्ये फिवर आला, म्हणजे तुम्हाला ताप येणं ही जी कंडिशन आहे त्या केसमध्ये काय असतं, तुमचं QS ची व्हॅल्यू पॉझिटिव्ह होते. आणि तुम्हाला थंडी वाजणं ही जी केस आहे त्या केसमध्ये काय होतं, तुमची QS ची व्हॅल्यू निगेटिव्ह होते. सो यू माइट हॅव ऑब्झर्व दॅट our body is always maintaining the temperature as a 37 degrees centigrade by various control mechanism. Out of that various control mechanism, one of the control mechanism is there that will be called as a vasomotor control mechanism. So whatever that vasomotor control mechanism is there, that vasomotor control mechanism is always trying to maintain your body at 37 degrees centigrade by changing the rate of respiration, as well as by changing the rate of blood circulation. आता ज्यावेळेस तुमचं रेट ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन आणि रेट ऑफ ब्लड सर्क्युलेशन चेंज होते, त्यावेळेस काय होतंय, तुमचं जे काय थर्मल एक्सचेंज आहे, थर्मल एक्सचेंज बिकॉज ऑफ कन्व्हेक्शन, ते काय होते, दॅट व्हॅल्यू विल गोज ऑन चेंजिंग, and by that way you are maintaining your temperature nearly equal to 37 degrees centigrade. If your body temperature falls below 36.5 degrees centigrade, if your body temperature falls below 36.5 degrees centigrade, or if your body temperature exceed above 40.5 degrees centigrade, 40.5 degrees centigrade, 40.5 degrees centigrade means 105 Fahrenheit. 40.50 degree centigrade is nothing but 105 Fahrenheit. म्हणजे 105 ताप आहे, आपण जे म्हणतो 105 ताप आहे बॉडीमध्ये, that is nothing but 40.5 degree centigrade. So if your body temperature falls below 36.5 degree centigrade, or if your body temperature increases above 40.5 degree centigrade, both the cases are dangerous to that individual. So there may be the chances that there may be the death of that human body if the temperature falls below 36.5 degree centigrade or exceed above 40.5 degree centigrade. So you have to maintain your body temperature in this range only. Normally that temperature for normal human being will be 37 degrees centigrade, and that will be controlled by using the control mechanism that will be called as the vasomotor control mechanism. Vasomotor control mechanism. ह्या इक्वेशन मध्ये तुम्हाला लक्षात काय ठेवायचं आहे, ह्युमन बॉडी फील कम्फर्टेबल किंवा ह्युमन बॉडीला कम्फर्टेबल कधी फिलिंग होणार आहे, ज्यावेळेस व्हॅल्यू ऑफ QS इज इक्वल टू 0 असेल, म्हणजे तुमच्या बॉडी सेल्स मध्ये हिट अक्युमुलेशन पण होणार नाही आणि हिट रिजेक्ट पण होणार नाही किंवा हिटचा लॉस पण होणार नाही. त्या केसमध्ये तुम्हाला काय होणार आहे, कम्फर्ट फिलिंग किंवा यू विल फील कम्फर्टेबल. सो दिस इज द concept called as a thermal exchange between human body and environment. Now next point is nothing but there are various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. Though we are saying that human comfort is basically depend upon the psychological as well as physical condition of the human body, and human comfort is nothing but it is the condition of mind which expresses satisfaction with the thermal environment. But whatever thermal environments are there, or whatever human comfort is there, that is depend upon various factors. So in the exam, there may be the question that explain the various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. Explain the various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. So there are various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. Out of that, first factor is nothing but effective temperature. Second one is nothing but heat production and regulation in the human body. Third one is nothing but moisture content of the air. Next one is nothing but quality as well as quantity of the air. And last one is nothing but air motion. Last one is nothing but air motion. So those are the various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. Out of that, first one is nothing but effective temperature. आतापर्यंत तुम्ही कोणते कोणते टेम्परेचर ऐकले? एक म्हणजे फक्त टेम्परेचर ऐकलं होतं सायक्रोमेट्री स्टार्ट व्हायच्या अगोदर. त्यानंतर सायक्रोमेट्री स्टार्ट झाल्यानंतर तुम्ही काय ऐकलं? ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर ऐकलं, वेटेबल टेम्परेचर ऐकलं, त्यानंतर ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर ऐकलं, त्यानंतर ॲपॅरेटस ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर पण ऐकलं. आता ह्या ठिकाणी नवीनच टेम्परेचर आहे, त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण? इफेक्टिव्ह टेम्परेचर. दॅट विल बी कॉल्ड एज अ इफेक्टिव्ह टेम्परेचर. So what is the exact meaning of effective temperature? What is the exact meaning of effective temperature? So whatever degree of warmth or whatever degree of cold which is being felt by human body is there. म्हणजे तुमच्या शरीरानं बाहेरचं तापमान किती थंड आहे किंवा किती गरम आहे हे जे काय डिपेंड असतं, दॅट विल नॉट ओनली डिपेंड अपॉन ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, or that will not only depend upon wettable temperature or dew point temperature. So the degree of warmth or degree of cold felt by human body, that is mainly depend upon the combined effect of drivable temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. Drivable temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. So I'm giving you example. Always I'm giving one example. That means suppose you are in Pandharpur and you are in Mumbai. You are in Pandharpur and you are in Mumbai, and in both the condition, suppose in Pandharpur also as well as in Mumbai also, the drivable temperature is same. Suppose 25 degrees centigrade. Drivable temperature is same. Suppose 25 degrees centigrade. Then also the amount of comfortness that you are feeling in Pandharpur, same amount of comfortness will not be felt in the Mumbai. Same amount of comfortness will not be felt in the Mumbai. Why this is so? Why this is so? Because of this effective temperature. So whatever this effective temperature is there, that effective temperature is nothing but it is the combined effect of all these three parameters. That three parameter is nothing but drivable temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. So because of this three parameter, or because of combined effect of this three parameter, whatever degree of warmth or cold will be felt by the human body, that will be called as a effective temperature. So on a human comfort, that effective temperature is affecting majorly on a human comfort. So if there will be the summer condition, then maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable if effective temperature is 21.6 degrees centigrade. 21.6 degrees centigrade. And if there will be the winter season, then maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable when effective temperature range is 20 degrees centigrade. So whatever this effective temperature term is there, you will get better understanding of this effective temperature range or effective temperature in the next point, that is nothing but effective temperature comfort chart. So we have to draw one comfort chart. At that time you will get the better knowledge, or you will get the in-depth knowledge related to this effective temperature. But at this position, you have to only keep in mind that effective temperature on the human temperature is nothing but relative humidity and air velocity. And most of the people will feel comfortable in the summer season if effective temperature is 21.6 degrees centigrade, and most of the people will feel comfortable in the winter season if effective temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. If value of effective temperature is apart from 21.6 degrees centigrade in summer season and apart from 20 degrees centigrade in winter season, then number of people, those who are feeling comfortable, will goes on changing. So effective temperature is affecting on the human comfort. Second one is nothing but heat production and regulation in the human body. Heat production and regulation in the human body. So as I have told you that whatever human body is there, so the energy which we got from the food, that is depend upon each and every individual's physical condition as well as health condition. So the amount of heat produced as well as amount of heat regulated in the human body, that will depends upon individual's health as well as his physical activity as well as his surrounding environment. आता तुम्हाला एक गोष्ट माहित असेल, जर तुम्हाला तालमीत जर जायचं असेल तर तुम्ही काय म्हणता, कोल्हापूरला जावा. त्यासाठी कारण की त्या ठिकाणी सराउंडिंग कंडिशन जे आहे किंवा जे काय एन्व्हायरमेंट जे आहे त्या ठिकाणी काय होते, त्या एन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये, दॅट मीन्स दॅट एन्व्हायरमेंट इज ऑल्सो अफेक्टिंग ऑन द ह्युमन बॉडी. That environment is also affecting on the heat production as well as regulation in the human body. So as we are knowing that only 20% thermal efficiency is there for human body. So remaining 80% of heat which is being produced inside the human body, that should be rejected to the surrounding environment. Otherwise there will be the accumulation of heat inside the human body, and which will kill or which will cause the discomfort inside the human body. So that heat production as well as heat regulation inside the human body is also affecting on the human comfort. Then third parameter is nothing but moisture content in the air. So in the example of Pandharpur and Mumbai, though that tribal temperature range is same, then also the feeling of comfortness is different. Why? Because of this relative humidity. Because in the Pandharpur, relative humidity value is lower as compared to Mumbai. So the amount of moisture content inside the air, that is mainly depend upon the tribal temperature. So as we are knowing that for feeling of comfortness, higher relative humidity as well as lower relative humidity is both are not desirable. So if there will be the summer season, then the value of relative humidity should not be above 60%. If there is a winter season, then value of relative humidity should not be below 40%. So that relative humidity, that is nothing but moisture content, is also affecting on the human comfort. The next one is nothing but quality as well as quantity of the air. So though you have built air conditioning, but the quality of that air is not proper. Quality of air means if that air is having some toxic particles or some foreign particles, as well as if that air is having different odor, there also that human being will not feel comfortable. And air motion, that air motion is also affecting on the human comfort. If that air motion is having a large value or very low value, then also that human being will not feel comfortable. So for feeling of comfortness, the whatever air handling equipment is there, that should handle properly that circulation as well as distribution of the air. So those are the various parameters which are affecting on the. Now next point is nothing but effective temperature comfort chart. Now time is 10:57, so that point will not be covered. So we are going to take that effective temperature comfort chart in the next lecture. But whatever today our lecture is there from 1:30 to 2:30. So at that time I'm going to give you one test related to your chapter number 6 and chapter number 8. So be prepared for chapter number 6 and chapter number 8. So test will be given during our next lecture, but whatever tomorrow's lecture will be there, so in that lecture I'm going to cover the remaining portion of this chapter. Are you getting? So now you have to write your roll number in the chat box as a attendance, and after writing the roll number you can exit the lecture. But today's middle lecture from 1:30 to 2:30 I'm going to give you test related to chapter number 6 and chapter number 8.